when you write this Arduino IDE, you will get this particular site, and this side it is written Arduino IDE. So just click on that, and it will take you to the page from where you can download the Arduino IDE in your, and you can install that one in your system. So this is the latest one, Arduino 1.8.12. Depend upon your operating system, you can install it in your laptop. Okay. So after the installation, when you open it, so it will open. This particular page will open. Okay. So in this particular page, you can see there are many tabs here, and you can see this is nothing but the template that they are providing. Generally in the program, we'll write the program under these two functions. So first is the setup function, another is the loop function. So inside the setup function, we'll write the code which will run only once of the once in the lifetime of this particular microcontroller. So when we on the microcontroller, the setup function will be run once, and then there is a loop function. This particular loop function will run to the infinite time. So whatever we'll write inside the loop function is going to run infinite way or infinite times. Okay. So before going to the complex program, okay, I will write some very simple program, and then we'll go to the complex one. Okay. Now, before writing some code here, here we have different tabs, as you can see. There is a file, edit, sketch, tool, and help. Okay. So there are two tabs that is useful. The first one is the sketch tab. In the sketch tab, there is the option called include library. Okay. So whatever library you required, depend upon whatever sensor you are using, that you can install from here. So if you want to use some sensor whose definition or whose as you all know, right, whenever we use the hardware in the computer, we need the supportive device driver. So you can see this library is just like that. So it will define that particular hardware here, that this is the hardware that we are going to use. And we have to tell it to the microcontroller that this is the device that we are using and this is the functionality of that device. So for that, we'll use the include library. And this, there are many libraries are there. Here, this is a manage library tab. Here, if you'll click, it will tell you that what are the available library it has, and you can search it here. You can find it, the library, and you can install it. Otherwise, you can just download the zip file from other sources and just add that particular zip file into here. So you have two options. Either you can go offline, find out your desired library for the hardware or the sensors that you are using and add it. Otherwise, you can go online library and find it out what sensor you are using or what actuator you was using and whose definition is not here already. So that you can download it. Second is the tab which is called Tools tab. In the Tools tab, we generally go for the board. Okay, there is a board option. In the board, we'll find out many boards. So board is nothing but your microcontroller. I shown you one microcontroller. There are many others, other microcontrollers. So so I have another microcontroller, as you can so this is another microcontroller. This is called Arduino Uno microcontroller. Okay. So in that way, as well as we have Raspberry Pi and all those microcontrollers. So different type of microcontrollers are there. The thing is that which microcontroller is you are familiar with, in which you can do the programming, or the pin you know, or in which microcontroller is suitable for the application that you can use it. So you can see there are different microcontroller lists are there. So I have shown you 4 microcontroller. So but we have many microcontrollers available, and many manufacturers are actually creating these microcontrollers. So you can take any of the microcontroller. If you doesn't have the library for that particular microcontroller, you can go to the manage board, sorry, a board manager, and you can just find it out that particular microcontroller, and you can install it. So here, as we are using NodeMCU microcontroller, so we can select the NodeMCU microcontroller from these options. So we have 2 options of NodeMCU. So the first option is NodeMCU 0.9 ESP12, and second one is 1.0 ESP12E. So we'll find out the latest one, because my microcontroller is the latest one, is not the older one, so that we can use. Second thing is, after choosing it, we have to go for another option in the tool, that is called port. Okay, why port is required? Port is required so that we can flush the code, whatever we write here, through that particular port. Okay, so for that we'll use it. Okay, let's make a simple program, and I'll show you that how it works. I'll make a very simple program, and then we'll go to our program that I'm telling you, that will make a Android application, and we'll try to control one appliances remotely. Okay, so that we'll see shortly. Okay, so let me. Okay, so this one is a very simple program. So this program, let me write it with you so that you can understand it. So what we are going to do is, we just want that we should have 2 LEDs, and these 2 LEDs could be glown by by our microcontroller. Okay, so first of all, what we do is, we can have the variable that is called constant variable. So we'll take hash define. So this we already know, right? Hash define, and then we'll take LED1, and this is the variable name, and that LED1 will define into the pin that is called D1 pin. Okay, so sorry, you can take D0, D1, D2, any pin you want, you can take it. So we have in the board, right? We have D1, D2, D3 in that pin. So let's say in the D1 we have used LED, and we'll again define LED to another LED with, let's say, D2 pin. So I have defined some constant to some variable, constant variable to the constant. So this is the constant value that is defining the pin. Now after that, I'll go for the mode. So I'll go for the pin mode. Okay, let's see what is. Okay, so it will be a small one. Pin mode, and I'll just take the pin. Which one pin? LED 1 pin, and I'll make it as a output. So this is LED 1 is my output pin. So I have changed the pin mode to the output pin because I'll give the signal to the LED whether to on or off. So it's just like an actuator. So as I told you, the actuator, we have to give the signal to the actuator so that it will respond through the microcontroller. So in the microcontroller, the LED 1 I have set means LED 1 is nothing but D1 pin. D1 pin I have made is our output pin. The same I can go for LED 2. I can say it is our output pin. Then we have serial monitor. So for that also we have command which is okay. Okay, there is a serial monitor, so it has not been initialized. Let's forget it. Okay, now what we do is once we have made it to LEDs, after that, okay, semicolon is required. Now in the loop pin, we'll say digital write. We'll make a digital write on LED 1 and we'll say high. So what will happen is we'll give the high to LED 1 and then we'll have a delay of let's say 1 second or you can say 2 seconds. So I'll make it as a 2000 millisecond is nothing but 2 seconds. And then I'll make digital write. Okay, digital write to LED 1 as low. At the same time, I'll make digital write of LED 2 as high. Getting it? So for first 2 seconds, LED 1 will be glown. After that, after 2 seconds, LED 1 will be low, means it will be off, and then LED 2 will be high, and it will go for another 2 seconds. Okay, and this process will go on. So as you can see, it is in the loop, so this process will go on. So this is a very simple program, so that you will be familiar that how we'll write the code on it. This is a very simple program, and after writing the program, every time once we'll write the program, we'll just make the connections. So what connection we'll make? We'll take two LEDs. One LED will put its positive or the anode to D1, and second LED will take and will put its anode or its positive pin to D2. That is the only connection we'll do. So let's save this. So I'll just write its file name, okay? .ino I have to use, okay. So, okay, it's already been taken, so I don't have to put. So the extension of any file will be, this programming file will be .ino, okay. So let's see. Let us see the connections. So as you can see here, I have this NodeMCU. So this is my NodeMCU with us, okay? And you can see that this is the number it has, okay? So it is, we have a D0, D1, D2 in that way, is A0, and there are different pins. Now what I required is, I required this D1 and D2 will be connected with the LED. So this is the board I have. So I'll put the board into the breadboard. So, okay, so I have done it. Second, I'll take two LEDs. So I'm taking two LEDs. Let's say this is one LED and this is another LED. So I'm taking two LEDs here. You can say every LED has two pin. One is the bigger pin than the other. So we have two different pin, and in that way we'll know that which one will be the positive, means will give the voltage, another will be go to the ground. Okay. So this one will make it as a ground, and this one will make it as a voltage. So we'll just put it. So we have two LEDs right now. Now we'll make the connection. So we'll take the D1 and we'll go to the positive of it. We'll connect to the anode, and then we'll take the D2 and we'll connect to the anode. So these two are done. Okay, now let's go to the ground. So we have the ground, right? Just this is G, as you can see, this is G and this is G. We have two grounds. So you can take it one and then you can use it for both, or you can make the separate connection as you have. So you just take it. So ground is connected to the ground. Another jumper will take for another ground pin, and that we connect to this ground. So as you can see, we have done our connection, right? So the connection is done right now. And the second thing what we do is, we'll connect this particular micro USB to the micro USB cable. So this is the cable. I'll just attach this to the micro USB, and then I'll connect it to my system with this. Okay, so this is a simple USB that you can connect. So this is the wire that you will get, just the mobile charger. So this is the connection that has been done. Now let's go to the code. Now in the code, this is the code we have, right? Safe cans, what is saying? Okay. Now what we do is, we'll just see the tools and see the port. You can see here the port is there, and in the port this USB is coming. So we have to select the USB, in which USB you want to send your code, because in any system we have more than one this USB input, right? So we can select the USB input, and then there is a button called verify. With the help of verify, we can compile the code. So let's verify it. So verification means just compiling the code, everything is correct in the code or not. So as you can see, there are some syntax error. So as you can see, what is the problem here? The problem is with the semicolon. We have to use the semicolon. Okay, let's verify it again. Is it required or not required? Okay, now it is compiled. So right now there is no error. Let's upload it. So either you can use this particular button, which is the arrow button here. So, or you can, I think, go to the sketch, and there is a upload. So either you can use the verify and the upload options here, or you have the buttons to do that. Okay, so you can upload it. Now after uploading, so now it is uploading. So as you can see, the process is going on. Is 100%. Okay. Yes. So one mistake we have done actually. So as you can see, everything is working properly. But you can see that what is happening in this particular. So what is happening is one LED is already on, another LED is blinking. Okay, for 2 seconds, and 2 seconds after that, 2 seconds it is up. Why this LED is in a blink is on all the time? Because we haven't off it, right? So in the program we have done one mistake. What we want is regularly both will blink. So what is the thing that we have to do is the LED2 also should be low, right? So we can make it like this. So this we can just before making LED too high will make LED too low. Getting it? So in that way, one will be low and another will be high. Let's upload it again. Now it is working fine. Okay, I'll show you. As you can see here, now it is working fine. So one is blinking for 2 seconds, another is blinking for 2 seconds. In that way, it is happening. So